let there be light, and there was light. Okay, so I've just completed a presentation, but I realized, well, it wasn't as complete as I thought it ought to be. So I just want to wrap up this last presentation, which probably ends up on the letter F at the end. No, G. Yes, so it's G. So this would be H. I expect that, well, so far we are doing the presentations on the cycle of life and creation. So because I work intuitively, and I said, oh, life is perhaps number 3, and I went into doing this numerical value for 23, for, no, I said it was 3, but I also done the numerical value which showed 23. So life is 23, just like Mother Eve is 23, of course, or 5. We are talking about 5. And then I went on to doing the number for creation, because that's what I'm talking about. And creation, of course, was 40. Yes. And of course, I went on to showing how 40 is also 33. Now, I think I missed the point in that which was so in, intuitively done. So intuitively done because I felt it was just flowing so correctly. So after I completed the presentation, I felt to myself, but the feeling that I had about saying life and creation is 9, and I hadn't really added them together. So now I am saying, of course, life is 5, which is 23, of course, and creation, which we found out is 4, of course, the pillars and so on, and when added together is 9. Simple. So that's what I really wanted to explain, and I feel at the end of it would be something so beautiful to wrap that presentation all together, because I was talking about the number 9. I was talking about the 144,000 people who are moving into the 5th dimension. So of course, as I said before, and I've said it before, I've said it in few of my presentations, I really had I really thought this was more symbolic, but Mother Eve has really confirmed that it is so. Now, today as well, that I went into meditation or dialogue with Mother Eve as well, is that Mother Eve says that this happens every 9 years. But what has transpired is that we had not been aware of, we had not woken up to that reality. That's what it has been. And Mother Eve says, of course, years are for signs and seasons, really. So let's look at the numerical value for years, which is here. This is 5191. Adding these together, this is 10. This is 16, and 7 would be 20, 16, and 7 would be 23. Wow, this is interesting. Okay, so this is 12, 13, it's 23. So years is life. No wonder we have this thing. How old are you? Or whatever years. So years is life. So 23. Now, so we are saying 9 years, which is 5. Of course, we are looking at, again, 5 plus 9. This is beginning here, and this is end here. This is the cycle. So we are looking at, in this cycle here of 144, of course, that equals 9. So 9 years, we are saying Mother Eve has told us it's 9 years. So even if we did do 9 in numbers, or as the word 9, N-I-N-E, which equals 24, of course, we see 24 coincides with years here. That would be like 2 years, okay? But 2 plus 6, 2 plus 4 is 6. So 6 plus 5 would be 11. The hair, 6 plus 5 as in years would be 11. Of course, when we do the numerical value for the word 11, ELEVEN, of course, which is where Mother Eve is right here. 5, 3, 5, 4, 5, 5. Adding these together, this is 10, 19. This would be 27. 2 plus 7 equals 9. So basically, we are in a cycle of the cycle of life for us is really 9. And now we see how the 144 coincides with this happening, because it has to find something like itself on which to attach itself to. Basically, it is happening it happens every 9 years, but what it is, we had not woken up to that reality. And of course, whatever is happening in the cosmos, like for instance Uranus, which takes how many years before doing its cycle or doing its thing, it's like a stranger has showed up. So we could say people come to your house very often, but on a particular day a certain stranger or someone who hadn't visited for a long while shows up. So the familiarity that you had been accustomed to is now shaken because of the rarity of that person's visit. So this is what has happened. So the cycles of every 9 years, there is a cycle of 144 happening. These are happening whether people pass away and they are guiding and doing what they do in the spirit realm, or whether they are doing it in the physical realm, meaning that also means that we have angels around us, healers around us, and perhaps that's why there is such an awakening or reality of that which is happening now, because it has happened so many times over, but people had not realized. So the awakening is really getting us to understand this is something that happens every 9 years. This is what Mother Eve says. It makes sense because we are on the construct of this 9, the number 9. It makes sense, and if Mother Eve says so, it is so. Mother Eve is the word, is the goddess of wisdom, the goddess of knowledge, the goddess. This is the divine feminine. That's why she calls us to have this communion with her, so she can explain those things to us. Yes? So thank you for watching. This is number 9, and of course I am excited about this revelation, because the more we get to know those things, is the more we get to understand Mother Eve, and the more we get to understand the essence of the numbers as well. So as we said, there's another thing that I want to just conclude on, to talk about this number 9. So because Mother Eve had given us these talents or commands to say, I have given you all things, to multiply, replenish, subdue, have dominion, and be fruitful. So this is the first one, which is also number 5. So we are talking about 5 here again. 5 is the middle number between or it's the middle of the spectrum of number 1 to 9. It is centered, it is whole, and so on. So it's like the top of the pyramid. It actually equals pyramid as well. So yes, what we found out, and that comes a lot in Genesis, the number 13, which I need to explore, but we see that the number 13 is the incubation. It's the place, of course, like Christ. We see the number 9 showed up a lot for Christ as well, but there Christ was with the 12 disciples and him was 13, and that's what we see. A lot of those things are happening. That is the embodiment of that 13, but not forgetting Mother Eve is the umbrella, the divine feminine, which makes it 14, 1, 4. The 14 is the only number, the only word when we write FOURTEEN, it comes to 41. It actually mirrors itself. That tells us a lot right there. Now, what I also wanted to show about 13, when we write the word 13, THIRTEEN, as in 13 here. So this is 289925555. Of course, Mother Eve is right there as well, making her presence felt. So this is 15, and 20 is 35. That would be 45. 45. Actually, when we add 4 plus 5 together, it gives us 9. That's what Mother Eve is talking about. And that 9, of course, coincides with the first 3 entries of Mother Eve in the Bible when she says, let there be light, and there was light. And of course we see let there be a firmament. So the first 3 entries actually is 369, as on the template. 369, 369, 369. We see those numbers coincide perfectly. We get the impression, I'm getting the impression that our business is about 369. The essence or true essence of our business is about 369, of course under the guardianship of the said God, Mother Eve, number 5. Of course, now she teaches us how to do number 8 and so on. All right, so thank you, and let there be light, and there was light.